So this is a video on how to improve your rhythm. All right, so we're going to use this thing called the Yardstick of time right here. And basically it's just a measure of music that we have, counted off in eighth notes. So we have our quarter notes as beats 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then when we count it in eighth notes, we would count it as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that is the yardstick of time, and here is how we're going to use it. First thing we're going to need to do is put on a metronome. So I'm going to put a metronome on for 80 beats per minute. I would suggest starting a little slower than that, maybe around like 65 to work on this exercise. So what we're going to do is first we need to kind of get acclimated to the rhythm. So I have that bass drum kind of keeping that metronome going, and that's our beat. The tempo is how fast it goes. So we're going to count this in fours, so in quarter notes right now. And the way I'm going to do that too is by, we could either, clap our hands. 1, 2. If you kind of get in sync enough with that clap, you're not even going to hear the beat of the metronome. You're just going to hear your clap. That's how you know you're right on. Another way, which I like too, is where you just pat your chest. That helps you sort of feel it more and internalize it. It's really important that we kind of get used to just locking into that metronome. It's a really important thing to practice. All right, now we're going to switch over to the guitar, and we're going to do the same thing. And I'm going to do those quarter notes, but I'm going to do like a dead sort of muted strum where I'm not putting any pressure on the strings. I'm going to do that right along with the beat. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I just did that in quarter notes, which is beats 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to add it, do quarter notes, where I'll go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I'm going to do down on the down beats 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then upstrokes on the ands. So once I do that and I kind of get locked in, now we're going to use the yardstick. And the yardstick's kind of just a visual representation on where we want to, of all the kind of beats in the measure that we're going to be doing up to eighth notes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now play a chord on, I'm going to go through and I want to play a chord on each different beat. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to repeat this for maybe 4 to 8 measures when I'm practicing, where I'm going to play a chord on beat 1. I'll do that 8 times as it goes through. And then I'm going to play my chord on beat 2. I'll keep doing that, hitting that chord once only on beat 2 of the measure until I'm nice and comfortable, and just keep moving along the yardstick. Beat 3, then beat 4. Once we get through beat 4, we're going to focus on the upbeats, on the ands, on hitting those, and that's where the fun comes in, I think. All right, so let me see. So first what I'm going to demonstrate is playing on the 1. So I'm going to count myself in and then play a chord on the 1. Doesn't matter what chord it is. I'm going to pick a funkier chord. I'm going to pick a dominant 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 4. So I'll do that a number of times, and now I'll move on to beat 2. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. I forgot I have that voice plugged in there. Okay, into that loop. So I'm going to go back beat 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Now I'm going to do beat 3. 1 and 2 and 3. I'm tapping my foot along this whole way, and I'm kind of rocking back and forth to help me keep on rhythm. I'm going to do beat 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So you could hear I was counting, even though I'm playing, you know, on those down beats, I'm still counting in eighth notes. That helps, I think, just keep me on beat even more. All right, now we're going to get into, I'm going to play on the and of one. So I need to play that chord after beat one on the and. So now I really need to count in eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and a 2. 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and a 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, so now let's see. I'll probably mess up, but I'm going to go through the whole yardstick from measure, you know, beat 1 to the and to 2 and to 2 and go my way through that. So I'm going to start on beat 1. I'm going to count myself in. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 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 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So I went through the whole yardstick that way. You want to be able to, you know, get comfortable by hearing what those different beats sound like within those measures. Because when I play a chord on a different part of that, you know, of the yardstick, basically, there's a different feel that it brings out. Beat 1 has a real straight feel, but when I just shift it and play that chord on the and, now it becomes kind of funky and syncopated. That's a big thing in rhythm guitar playing, is kind of hitting those upbeat on the ands. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So give the yardstick a try. You can write it out on a piece of paper. Doesn't matter. You can do it in your head if you're at that point where you can really visualize what it looks like and where those beats are. But start implementing this into your practice. It will help in, you know, across the board. Your rhythm playing, your lead playing, everything. Playing with other people, playing along with music you want to play with. You have to have rhythm to, you know, be a good musician. So work on it.